Hello, people. It is me, back from the dead. It's been about a year since my last video. Oops. But obviously, I'm back with new hot topic issues. Last time it was universal basic income. Today it will be the Venus symbol on pad and tampon packaging. All right. So, if you don't know about this, you're probably living under a rock, but let me explain it for you. So, basically, I think it was Always, I think it was that company. Basically, they had the little female symbol, aka the Venus symbol, on the packaging for pads and tampons. Now, I'm not 100% sure on like the whole semantics of what happened, but obviously some trans men were a bit like, they didn't like it because obviously trans men who haven't gotten bottom surgery or don't want it, they didn't like the fact that these were targeted for women and they're men. So they brought up the issue and Always removed the Venus symbol. Doesn't seem like a big deal, like in like a broad spectrum. But ever since it broke news, everyone's been throwing a tantrum. And it's kind of pissing me off because, 90% of these people probably didn't even know that there was a Venus symbol on the packaging, since you see it for about 2 seconds and then you throw it in the trash. But apparently it's this big issue because they believe that they shouldn't have to change with these people. Now that's just bullshit, because honestly I don't think that it affects anybody, like any other person, than these people that noticed it. Now, for me, I've never even looked at the packaging on my fucking tampon or my pad. So everyone's blowing this out of proportion, because if it wasn't a big news story, nobody would have even realized. Some of the issues I've seen people have with it is that they believe that it is erasing women's identity. Now, that's bullshit. I'm sorry, like that's actual bullshit, because honestly, my identity as a woman isn't centered around the fact that my vagina splurts blood out of it once a month. Like, who actually who actually sits there and is like, oh, I'm a woman because I bleed out of my vagina? No. See, I bleed out of my vagina because I'm not pregnant. That's what that's about. Like, it's not because it's not like focused on my identity as a woman. My identity as a woman is that I'm me. All my accomplishments, that's what identify me, not my menstrual cycle. So, like, honestly, if you're that like simple-minded and you're like, oh, I'm a woman because I bleed out of my vagina, then maybe you need to like take a step back and reevaluate yourself and build yourself up more, so that that's not the only reason you're proud to be a woman. Another issue like I've seen so far is that they believe that some women believe that this is one small step towards erasing women completely. And like, see, now that's just really ignorant and kind of dumb, because like what does this have to, like, it's a symbol, like it's a design. They changed their design. Like, that's all they did. So now how is that going to completely like oppress or erase women? Like it just pisses me off, because no one can give me a straight answer. I've asked people, I was arguing with people that keep saying, yeah, this is just one small thing, but what's next? Yeah. Then I asked, what is next? What could possibly happen because of the Venus symbol being removed? What could happen? Like, genuinely, what do you think will happen? And then nobody replied to me, because they don't know, because nothing will happen. Okay? Now, people like attention. That's what it is. All of these people freaking out over pad packaging, they want attention because they don't actually give a fuck. They're either transphobic or they want attention, and they're being transphobic to get it. That's it. That's the simple fact. Because there's nothing wrong about changing their design to ease another person's pain or whatever. Because who knows what trans men were feeling when they saw this. Spending their whole lives born the wrong gender, having people most likely tell them that they're sick, telling them that they're wrong to feel this way, telling them that that's all in their mind, and all this bullshit that honestly modern society creates, or because like of the whole gender issue. How did they feel when they saw that these necessities they need were targeted for women and they weren't women? That's what you need to think about, because honestly, they've been hurting for a long time over this issue, and we haven't. And removing the Venus symbol doesn't hurt us, but it helps them. So what's the issue here? There is none. There's no actual logical issue with this. Another thing I've been seeing in all of these like Facebook posts, Tumblr posts about how wrong it is for always to do this, is that they always say that they're not homophobic or transphobic or whatever before they go on this totally transphobic rant. Now, yeah, so obviously you're not, like, if you have to say you're not something, you most likely are. So step back, reevaluate yourself, and think, do you really need to say this? Did this really hurt you? If the answer is no, then shut the fuck up. Plain and simple. And like, if you really, really, really aren't transphobic and this upsets you for some reason, I want you to sit there, and every time there's a news story about a trans person being killed, being beaten, being abused, I want you to use the same energy that you used over a design change to advocate for their rights. Stand up for them. Be a better person. And then maybe I'll take your opinion into consideration. Show the same energy for every issue if you're not actually a bigot. Thank you. End of rant.